I want to talk about drugs.
Cool. What kind you got?
You mean right now in my pockets?
Yeah.
I have mushroom chocolate in my purse.
Sweet. I'm high right now.
Welcome to Talk 50 to me.
Talk 50 to me. Let's do it again. I'm not high right now. I'm not. But I think I might get high later.
Now, tell me why you already know that in advance.
So I'm an addict, so I have an interesting relationship with drugs. Like, I'm an alcoholic, so I can't ever drink again. But I started smoking pot about 17 years into sobriety, and I have an addict's relationship with pot, which is, I think it's an amazing drug. But I don't know how to just have a little bit of it and go on with my life. I go from, I'll just smoke a little before bed to, I'm waking and baking and I'm eating everything in my house and I'm getting none of my work done. Because I'm an addict, I take everything too far. So while I don't think it's addictive, I have an addictive personality and so I have to be careful with it. But I do love it, and there are times when I need, especially as I get older, I need to shut my brain down and just let it leak out of my ears and just let my creativity free flow. And that's when I like to get a little stoned. I like to mark certain occasions with getting stoned, like, I've accomplished something. I'm going to get high now and forget my name.
So it's a gift to yourself, is what you're saying.
I think so, yeah.
You're giving yourself the gift of taking something that allows you to
not take everything so seriously.
Right. Which is to me, I think the concept of drugs in general. And again, this is all going to be my opinion. This is obviously nothing based in scientific fact. Okay. So don't come at me.
Sometimes I do drugs, not the hard ones.
Because I think when you're younger, you're doing it to escape and to feel freer. If you're shy, you're like, you drink a couple of, glasses of wine.
Liquid courage.
Or an entire box of wine. And, exactly. And you make different choices when your mind is impaired by that. But when you get older, like you're saying, you can actually choose those moments more wisely so that they benefit you, which is why I love that we are in a time right now where medicinal mushrooms and ketamine and
ayahuasca,
MDMA, and yes, all they're realizing that there is something therapeutic about putting something in your brain that causes it to shift and alter and reprogram.
Okay, well, there are certain ones. I still think alcohol is absolute poison and nobody needs it. And the difference is mushrooms, ketamine, ayahuasca all shut your ego off. And when you shut your ego off, you are able to get to who you really are. And right now, I'd really like to get to who our guest really is.
Oh, wow. You just cut me. You just cut me right off right there.
It's called a fucking transition. Deal with it.
Wow. Okay. On that note, let's go.
She may be best known for her work on What Not to Wear and her own beauty brand, which she now owns outright. But what she's getting into in her 50s will blow your mind, literally. Having just finished her third psilocybin midlife retreat that she calls 10 years of therapy in a weekend, she is unblocked and healing old emotional wounds. She has discovered nomadic life, has had a total sexual awakening, become a bliss ambassador. She's the Gen X auntie to elder millennials, changed her own brand to focus on over 40-year-old women, and hosts TikTok live shows about beauty and wellness, and honestly has 2 other jobs we don't even have time to get to because we need to get to her. Please welcome the beautiful, one named only, and very sexually alive.
Hello.
Carmindy.
Hello. Carmindy.
Yes!
How are you, my beautiful friends?
Well, we are a reflection of you because once again, I just
glowing,
always glowing.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thanks. Carmindy beauty. Yeah.
Carmindy, give us one word to describe your 50s.
Freedom.
Freedom.
1000% freedom.
In what sense? Expand on it for us.
Utter freedom. It's funny. I've always known this, but because of the constructs of society and what we're taught and the narrative, we don't realize that we don't need anything but ourselves. And once we get into our 50s and we start seeing that for reals, and then we start actually operating out of that, the freedom is so liberating and so magical. We wish we could go back to our younger selves and give us that gift. So yeah, freedom, 1,000%.
You can't cheat wisdom, though. You got to wait till you get here to get it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
You got to earn it.
Well, you actually have 6 hacks for love and dating in your 50s, don't you?
I do. Recently. So, it took a long time to get here. The 40s were a shit show for me. And then getting into my 50s, I was like liberated, and it just keeps getting better and better. So these are 6 things that I came up with after this magical weekend I just happened to have.
Oh, we're getting to that.
We're going to talk about it. Don't you worry.
And these were 6 things that I really wanted to share that really resonated with me. And the first thing is flirt. Always flirt. Flirting is something that makes people happy. It makes you happy. It makes the other person happy. It's a safe and fun thing to be flirty, right? And my personal thing is I happen to hire a very young, attractive personal trainer that helps motivate me to get to the gym every day and work out with him on FaceTime. So I'm fit and I get to flirt, and it's fun and it's safe and there's no harm, no foul, right?
Yep.
And it's fun. It makes you feel good, right? The second thing is I call it everything but intimacy, my gay posse. They are the pillars, the strength of my emotional and my social life. I love them so much. They give me like everything and more in terms of they take me dancing, they go to dinner with me. We talk about, every relationships that they're having, that we're having. They're just like the best thing in the world. I think that every woman needs her posse. The third thing is start looking at the enlightened guys. In your 50s, a lot of times we think that all guys are broken, but if you start going to breathwork ceremonies, plant medicine ceremonies, ecstatic dance, check out the guys that are doing the work. And I say this in a post I just did, not the guru that's like fully like dove in and made it his personality and going to Burning Man, but like the nice guy that's there, that's open, right? That's like trying to discover what he can heal. There are men out there like that. I think that's really important. The fourth thing is casual sex. Know it, love it, understand it, realize that it's healthy.
Do it. Get it. Do it.
It can be amazing. And this is a new thing for me because I was dry as the desert, closed off, menopause had shut that door. I was not into it. And then a wind came from, I don't know if it was the south, the north, the east, or the west, but it came.
Right into your vagina.
Right on in there. And I was like, ow, I get it. If you're super honest and clear and safe, this can be as healthy as working out, eating right, and doing a meditation. The fifth thing is love yourself, do the work, heal, make sure that you're fixing the wounds and doing the best you can and being your own best company. And then the sixth thing is be open to love, knowing that's not the end game because love comes in so many forms, pets, family, friends, yourself, but be open to it. And not close yourself down, but make sure that that person will match your own strain of strange, and take your time. Here's the other thing, take your time, because you meet somebody, sometimes you're like, oh my God, we're vibrating, we get it, we get each other. It takes time. It's not a week, it's not months. Let them show themselves before you're ready to give over your life or share your life with that person.
Right.
And maybe you won't, but at least it's a fun journey.
Right.
So I think that we become a little bit more open and clear and not absolute in our 50s. And that's my new 6 ways of living.
It sounds like
that.
you're really you found some balance in between being like, I am a perfectly happy single person, never married, no kids, and I'm also here for the experience of someone dropping out of the ceiling and being cool.
Yes. And I was married once for only 4 years in my 30s. Never
fuck
wanted
that.
to get I didn't want to get married. I did it because I wanted to have a party, and then I was like, that was stupid. So what's interesting is that for a very, very long time in my 40s, I had zero relationships, blocked it off, don't want it, don't need it, I'm fine on my own. But that's also a way of projecting something that you're not working on to block, right? So maybe it was a protective way of dealing with myself at that moment. But now I'm in this place of discovery where I want to discover all the broken bits and the things that I've blocked and the things that I can open. And it's like this safe space in your 50s where you're like, I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I'm not afraid anymore. Let's open it all up and just see the weird, right? See what goes on in that weird, strange place that is me. And I had this really crazy, after being very single for very, 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 very long, many years, I had this very weird summer of love where it was an accident where I just all of a sudden started dating people, and then that went to dating other people and dating other people. And I was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh. And I had heard rumors and myths that women in their 60s had a sexual revolution. And I always remember that. I was like, ooh, I'm going to have to wait till I'm in my 60s. But I think at 54, it just happened. So I think I'm early to the party.
Listen, I'm here from the 60s, and I'm here to tell you I'm not doing shit. And I haven't done shit since I turned 40. So some people will have sexual awakenings and some of us won't. And I think some people are blocked off and some of us are just, living life. But I find it really interesting. And I wonder, like, how has this sexual awakening, is it plaguing you at all now? Like, are you like, fuck, now I'm thinking about sex all the time and I can't get it as much as I used to? Because, the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, it's almost a little bit of a burden because you're like, shit, because you realize how it's endorphins and it's oxytocin and it's serotonin and it's like it's chemicals, right? So just like anything, you kind of get a little chemically addicted again. Mm-hmm. And then when you're off it and you're like, so then you're by yourself masturbating at night going, okay, I can do this too and be fine on my own. It's just as good.
Yeah.
So that's where the balance comes in. Okay. Is that you don't have to then be like, this person needs to keep showing up. You're like, thank you, goodbye, mwah, nice to see you. And then you can go take care of yourself. Which is also amazing. So, but yeah, it did, what it did open is, and again, I was closed off for many, many, many years. I haven't had a serious boyfriend for 8-9 years. And I had one person who was like a friend with benefits. And then I was very single, not dating at all for years. And so this summer is the first where I just kind of opened it up again.
Yeah.
And like, interesting. Still, if somebody's not matching my vibe, I'm not going to change my life for anybody, but I'm open to the idea of exploration if people are equally aligned.
So you're handling it different in your 50s than you would have. Because I think that's why I don't even bother. I'm like, I don't think I could handle it still.
Well, that's the first rejection I got in this dating scene. All of a sudden, I felt like a 15-year-old kid again. And I'm like, oh, was I blocking off like a decade of dating because I was afraid? And that's one of the reasons why I started doing these psilocybin retreats is like, let's open me up to look at this. What is it that's blocking me from connection and love in any form? Because especially Gen Xers were so conditioned, right? So that's why, I know it sounds weird to a lot of people, but these psilocybin ceremonies have been very impactful. I do them once a year, 3 years in a row. And I have a very different intention every time I go in. And that my intention this time was love. And what I learned was I had these very old blocks coming back from the first time I got my heart broken. And it just kind of stuck with me, and that I'm an all or nothing person. Like, if you don't want me, go fuck you. I'm never going to talk to you again. And I disappear and I'm on my own. Like, it's very like, yeah, it's fire energy, right? Just like, fuck you, I got this.
Yeah.
And I realized that's maybe not so healthy either. Protection, yes, but let's be vulnerable. What happens if we're just vulnerable? Are we going to die? No. What happens if we're just vulnerable? Is it our ego involved? I wanted to get to the bottom of it.
It's all ego.
And I can't do it on my own. And by the way, I really believe that this plant medicine helps in that way.
Yeah, I did ayahuasca, so it was this. So I know why I'm single, and I'm just not ready. I'm just not willing to change it. But yeah, it's all ego. You leave your ego in the middle of whatever room you're in, and you fucking work some shit out. Yeah.
But I want to get into the psilocybin stuff a little bit deeper because I'm fascinated by it. So when you do it, though, it's a full retreat, correct? It's like a couple of days, or can you walk us through a little bit like what that looks like?
Of course. Yeah. So basically it's a 2-day, but it's not for long because ayahuasca is very intense and it's a multi-day thing and it's very physical. With psilocybin, it's kind of like the baby version of that. So you go in at like noon with a very small group of women. It's women only, which I like. I just prefer to have women only in a small group. You have your last kind of healthy meal together because then you have to fast after that for a few hours. You do breathwork meditation, you do movement, and then you do your intention ceremony, right? So you sit around and you talk about in the group what your intention is. Why are you there? There's a reason. This isn't a party. This isn't, this is a reason. So what the intention is. And what I love about it as a group of women is that we're all different. We all have different experiences. Some are married, some have kids, And as a full formed group of women, we are female. We are the feminine. And it's cool because I get to see women that are suffering with like going through a divorce or a husband or kids and all the things we get to experience together. And then when you have your intentions set, you take a break, then you come together, you lay down in the most comfortable way possible, like blankets and pillows, and I have a mask. Everybody's got masks. It's dark. They play music. You drink it in a tea form. You go in, and for 3.5 hours with your intention, you talk to God, I guess is what you would say. You talk to the divine, the planet, whatever it is. You get your messages. And sometimes it can be uncomfortable. You don't want to go there. This time I cried for 3 hours. I literally just went through like emotional release. And I had no idea, but everybody told me the next day, because when you come out of it about 3.5 hours later, you have a nice soup, some food, and then you Uber home. They don't let you drive. And then you come back at 11 o'clock the next morning on a Sunday and you integrate. You talk about it, and then you go home. So that's the whole ceremony. What I got out of the ceremony was so intense, and the release was so intense that I was exhausted for 2 days. I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't be around people. I had to like process it.
And it continues to work. I know that from doing ayahuasca was so fucking intense. I've done it twice, and it was a dark and dirty way to find out who you are. But like you said, it was 10 years of therapy, and I figured out exactly why I am who I am.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a brave thing to do because you really tap into who you are under who you are, and it's hard to get to some of that stuff.
Well, Heidi, I think that you're super uber duper brave because ayahuasca is deeper than psilocybin for sure. And a lot of people are so afraid to look at themselves. When you bring it up, I'm sure, because when I bring up even psilocybin, which is like the baby version of ayahuasca, people are like, oh, I don't want to lose control.
I don't want to know.
That's when you find yourself.
I know. It's like, I think it's the same as like getting sober. People always say, like, oh, I won't be the same person. It's like, no, you'll be a better person because you actually face the shit that you're carrying around with you that makes you drink, And like you doing psilocybin, when you shut your ego off, you tap into stuff that you're too embarrassed to even admit or too ashamed or you don't want to know. And it's like the knowing is what sets it free.
It's so true and so strange. And a lot of people, they don't understand it. And one of the things that happened in my recent weekend journey is I've always had this very strange sense of heartbreak when I was a young child. I used to get a lot of messages as a young child. I knew I was never going to have kids. I knew I was destined to travel the world. I knew I was going to be different and break all the rules. I just knew this. But I also had this weird feeling of heartbreak, which did not come from childhood because I'm one of those weird people that came from a really good family, like happily married parents, great father, great mom. They were there for me, blah, blah, blah. But I care. So in this ceremony, I realized that weird heartbreak that I was carrying wasn't even mine. It was like generational, like trauma that went back ancestrally. So I was holding on. So I was literally crying and holding space for other people that had been in, whether my lineage spiritually or physically. But when I came out of it, I'm getting chills thinking about it. The facilitators said, Carmindy, you were singing this ancient song. I go, singing? What are you talking about? I was bawling my eyes out. They're like, no, you were singing a song. I go, I don't even sing. They're like, you were singing. I'm like, I have no idea. Record. It was so powerful. And when I woke up out of this kind of state, I realized that part was no longer there. I had healed it, worked it out, but I realized that my own healing now began. And I've had rough days since. This isn't a magic bullet. You don't go do ayahuasca or mushrooms and then everything's good. Then it's called integration, which can take 3 years, 3 months, 3 hours. You don't know, but you're aware.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you go back and so you've done it now 3 years in a row, right?
Yes.
So do you find that maybe this sexual awakening and the summer of love that you even just had is kind of a result of these 3 years of doing this and working on yourself too and getting rid of that heartbreak?
Constance, I think it's definitely connected. So the last one I did, which was the fall, it was all based around having this severe anxiety around my brand. I had been so closed off to love and only focused on Carmindy Beauty and my brand and work, that I had shut out love ad nauseum, like literally blocked it from me. Like it didn't exist. And it was focus. And it gave me such anxiety that I was living with it on my chest every single day. So my last ceremony, which I just read in the journal when I went to this one, was how do I release this? 8 months later, which was the beginning of summer, I went to Portugal and decided to try my first hand at living nomadically. And the minute I did that, all the anxiety left my body. I had literally lived exactly what came to me out of that ceremony in the fall, which is look fear in the face, get rid of all of your expectations, jump off the mountain, go live the life that you're meant to go. And I did that. All the anxiety went away. I haven't, knock wood, had anxiety since. And that is when the sexual thing opened up and the love thing opened up. And that wasn't even intentional. It just kind of came along the minute that I let go of the thing I was holding on to the most, which was career and anxiety over my business and my brand. The minute I let that go, I was like, oh, hello.
Also, Portugal's amazing. Speaking of the hello, I want to hear about your game. Like
my game.
Where are you meeting guys? What are your pickup lines? What do you look for?
She's like, look at me. I don't need a pickup line.
No, trust me.
No, you got to have a game. Everybody needs a game.
I can't get arrested in the United States. That's for sure. In the United States.
So you're foreign fucking.
I'm fucking, I am the international dating service. That is me.
I like it.
Yeah, here I couldn't get arrested.
International House of Pussy. You're the IHOP.
I'm IHOP. I am the UN. Like, bring it. So I realized that here in the States, I don't online date. I'm on Raya, which I think is hilarious.
So you've met. Because that's who's on Raya.
What's fascinating about Raya is that obviously I don't lie about my age. I have 54. So I was on there for 8 years and not one person asked me out in 8 years of being on
Because the sliding scale thing only goes to 55. Who's pushing it to the end? Not a guy.
Nobody.
So they're missing out. They're missing out.
So I thought it was hilarious, right? So the minute that I put that I was going to Portugal, right? Because you can say you're traveling to Portugal, it starts popping off. So I had a 50-year-old director I went out with. I went out with a hotelier that was from Scotland. I went out. All of a sudden, the men in Europe, they don't give a fuck about age.
Yeah.
And that's what was interesting. So that was half the game. And then the other game was I was meeting people on the street. I was walking up the street and a man asked me out. There was another man I met at a dinner party. The men in Europe, because I was in Portugal, I was in Kenya, Lamu, and Cape Town, South Africa. It was like raining dudes. And I didn't even have to try. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the United States that everybody's so broken here? And
they hate us.
And what's so cool there too is like, if you don't like each other, you're like, you know what, you're not for me, but it's so nice to meet you. Everybody's kind of open and honest and flowing. And there was, one guy that I fell in love with and got my heart broken a little bit. And here's the cool thing about getting your heart broken in your 50s. I have not felt connected to somebody since I was not even my husband, not even my ex long-term boyfriend. Like since I was 22, this guy I felt connected to, he was 50 years old, Scottish guy. I felt like, whoa, oh my God, this can still happen. And then when it didn't work out, I wasn't that old little girl that I used to be. I was like, everything happens for a reason. And I'm so happy I got to feel those feelings again, because I never thought at 54 I would ever feel that again. So that in itself was worth the entire summer.
Was it a little bit also less of, well, it ain't me, because I like me.
Oh, it's 1,000% not me. In fact, I was like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of dating in your 50s is knowing yourself enough. Yeah. You're a fucking idiot.
You were like, well, good luck with the rest of your life.
Do you not know that I'm the International House of Pussy? What the hello?
It's kind of crazy. But it's really true. It's true. But yeah, and then I get back to the US and I'm like, I'm not open here again, right? Like I'm kind of shut down and focused on my work. And then I know that I'm off on another adventure. I'm going digitally nomadic again, and I'll open myself up to it again and see what goes on. And this too might wear off, but at the end of the day, I'm still good with me. So it's an adventure.
Do you have any question that you will not answer?
Literally, no. I'm a triple Aries. I'm an open book. Ask away.
Okay. And do you have a nickname for your vagina?
Oh.
No, I don't.
See, neither does Constance. I mean, I guess I don't either. I don't know.
I don't either, but think about it.
Think about that one.
Because you might need to give her a name.
Oh my God, I should.
Yeah, I think our producer just said it's IHOP. Road Warrior.
You're Road Warrior. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I love that.
No passport necessary. I've got your visa right here between my legs. Yes.
The visa of a JJ.
Do you have any advice for the next generation of women entering their 50s?
Yes, absolutely. I think that there is no shame in the game. I think a lot of us put a lot of pressure. I see this online where they're calling it body count. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I don't know my body count.
These young girls or these young guys are asking women about their body count, how many people they slept with. Listen, we are grown-ass women, and we have come to this place in our lives where we realize that sexual intimacy is just as important, whether it's with ourselves, with a partner, for health. So even masturbation raises endorphins and oxytocin and serotonin and all the things. It's one way amongst others to be healthy. So if you do have a healthy libido, there should be no shame in the game for choosing to be able to use that, as long, again, as you're open, honest, and straightforward with your partner with consent. If that happens, then why are we putting shame on it? And I think a lot of young girls are afraid to say it or to do it, or they think, if this guy isn't going to be my forever, I'm not going to release my body to him. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, that seems so like ancient and antiquated. If you're horny and you're sexed up and you're using protection and everybody agrees that it is fun, Why not? I just don't understand what all this overhead is, especially in this day and age. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, slut shaming in 2025 is not cool. If you're horny and you know it, clap your hands.
And listen, as somebody who did not want to be near a dick for years, I was so anti-sexual, not sexual. I wasn't sexual myself. I didn't even masturbate for years and years and years. I was not into it. It was a big part of menopause for me. And I was fine with it. I was totally cool. I was still a vibrant, amazing, wonderful person. So whether or not you do it, it doesn't matter. But if you do it, there's no shame in it. There's no reason, and you don't have to construct a life around it. Oh, well, he's like, this guy, and if he doesn't fulfill all these needs, then I'm not going to give myself over to them. Do you want it? Do you want it? Is it fun? Are you going to be safe? Then why not?
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'm not there yet. I'm not interested yet, but I am upping my underwear game for me. So I will be ready if it does happen. At least you
wear underwear, Heidi. I haven't worn underwear since I was.
Since you were what?
Wait, do you go commando like all the time?
All the time.
Carmando. Get it?
Carmando.
Do you know the comedian Irene Bremitz? She actually roasted me on my 48th birthday. She did a roast, and she talked about the fact that I don't wear underwear, and people were shocked. And I was like, well, I did when I was on my period back in the day, but then the minute I was off, I was like, I grew up in Southern California. I'm a surfer girl.
I like a nice, sexy pair of granny panties and a sexy bra.
And you know what?
Believe it or not,
that's hot too. I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it's hot.
Believe it or not, we only have one more question for you.
I know. Our time is up.
And it's a surprise question.
Uh-oh.
This
Get
has
ready.
been this has been the most sexual episode we've had, and it's long overdue.
Yeah, long overdue. We need it. You've made me very horny.
Not me,
so
but there's still time.
Listen, coming from someone who was literally dead inside for so long, that I'm shocking myself right now.
This is going to be a really good surprise question. Are you ready?
Oh, great. Uh-oh. What is it?
What do you do now when no one is watching? What do you do now when no one is watching?
What do I do now when nobody is watching? I sleep naked and masturbate.
And that's all the time.
And on that, we're going to leave you on that note.
Dicks all, folks. Carmindy, you are a
don't
fucking
apologize.
You're a national treasure.
We
literally
love
we love
you.
you. We loved having you
above
and beyond.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for being so open and honest and raw and we love it. We love it. We love you.
I want to be you when I grow up.
and thank you. And we're going to see you soon in New York.
Yeah.
Come.
All right. Bye now.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye. Explosive.
That was the first time I've said pussy on the podcast.
Which is shocking. I've been waiting. I'm actually quite impressed with how quickly you turned around IHOP into International House of Pussy.
I am a writer.
I do find, once again, this platform giving women a place to talk freely about sex, about dicks, about no dicks, about no sex. Like I just it's really it fills me with so much like hope, I guess.
Yeah.
And joy.
Yeah, because you'd be so shamed in the past to talk about that kind of stuff when we were growing up. Like when I was in my 30s, girls didn't get together so much and talk about shit like, who you fucking, dick suck. Like you didn't, it was kind of still shameful in the 80s.
Yeah, so what is this body count nonsense?
So a body count is how many people you fucked. I have no idea what my body count is because I fucked a lot of people.
Wait, but by the way, why is that anyone's business besides the person that maybe you're going to spend the rest of your life with?
It's always been there, and it's always like girls are supposed to be ashamed if they have a high body count, and boys are supposed to have a high body count. And the funny thing is that boys double their actual body count and girls actually cut their body count in half.
That is Fascinating and sad.
It's sad. But you know what? Fuck the boys. Have a high body count if that's what you want. I just think you should. I do believe that your body is a sacred place and you shouldn't let everybody in it, because I do think it takes a little bit of toll on you it's fine if you want to fuck 1,000 people. I'm just saying, make sure those 1,000 people all respect your body as much as you do. You know?
Does that feel like a tall order?
No. Yeah, because there's definitely not 1,000 guys that respect anybody out there. That's fucking sad. But maybe true. It's fascinating what Carmindy said about, she's not even dating in America. Like, why bother?
Right.
Like, they're not even available. What is wrong with you American men? Go get some fucking therapy.
Yeah.
Pull it together.
Right.
Yeah, see? Alex, our producer, reminds us, she said, go find the men that are doing the stuff.
Right. That are doing the work.
And the
Without
drugs.
being asked, by the way. Because you can't ask people to do the work.
Could you please take this mushroom and go on a journey so you could find your inner self that will suit my inner self much more?
Oh,
she was amazing. I loved her.
She's incredible.
Sex and drugs this episode. Amazing.
Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Bum, 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 bum. On that note, we are going to leave you with a quote today from Tracy Ellis Ross.
The GOAT.
I want to say to people who think that a woman's worth is measured in her baby count. I mean, shout out to all the amazing mothers, but the childless women have been mothering the world and elevating cultures as godmothers, aunties, teachers, mentors, sisters, and friends, and the list goes on. And you do not need to push out a baby to help push humanity forward.
That's right. This childless bitch came up with International House of Pussy. That's all the time we have for now, folks. I'll leave you on that one. If you want more Talk 50 to Me, please follow us on Instagram at Talk 50 to Me. Subscribe to our email list to get Talk 50 to Me updates and announcements. Do you have a question? DM us on IG or email us at talk50mepod@gmail.com. And remember to like and subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcast, and tell a friend, because they'll tell two friends, and so on and so on and so on. As for us, we will see you next Tuesday. Bye now.
Talk 50 to Me with Heidi Clements and Constance Zimmer is produced by Alex Beatty, recording engineer Aaliyah Walker, editing by Zaleen Hesse, music by Matt Friedman, production services provided by A4S Podcast Studios, a Talk 50 to Me LLC production distributed by the Forward Network.